Let's go!
Let's watch this Resident Evil 4 trailer. See what the hell is going on. Apparently this is all for Oculus stuff. I saw a little bit of it earlier, but this is going to get me to buy an Oculus Rift 2 Vibe Reaction Edition. Something like that. Yeah, I'll genuinely be interested when this comes out. Wow, they did remake the whole damn game.
The most obvious differences between playing RE4 in VR and on console is the shift in perspective and interactivity.
This is cool.
Only on Quest 2 will you be able to play RE4 from Leon's first-person perspective. And the touch controller will allow you to interact
My fingerless gloves.
in a new way from how it's played on console. For example, items and weapons have been re-engineered to become physical objects that players can interact with, so that you can pick up things like ammo,
I have a
and
big
treasures,
knife.
as well as load, aim, and fire weapons in VR. You'll also be able to switch weapons by
Watch this be
grabbing
the
them off
greatest
body
VR game of
instead
all
going
time.
into a menu.
Watch.
And you can wield
Watch this
separate
blow
weapons if you
Half-Life
can.
Alex out of the water.
Even RE4's
Yeah, the
famous
frame rate in
menu
this is kind of
no
rough.
longer a
Wow!
screen. It's
Look
an
at this
interactive
attaché
tool.
box.
A ton of effort has gone into making weapon interactions smooth, satisfying, and responsive, including two-handed weapons like shotguns.
Yeah, that's
and
actually, that
rifles.
is redone. The gore is redone.
Let's talk about the movement system now. We didn't want the shift from third to first person to change the fundamental way Leon moves or collides with the world. You'll still move in first person by using the analog stick, but Armature has added a full upper body rig on top of Leon's character to combine his movement with the dual-handed interactivity achieved with touch controllers.
What?
If you don't want to use the analog stick to move freely, Armature even added support for teleportation, as well as room scale movement, so that you can explore the environment with natural motion. And of course, one of our top priorities is to ensure the experience is comfortably played while seated, and with a ton of comfort options at your disposal to try out. As I mentioned earlier, RE4 debuted
They really
on
did remake the
GameCube
whole damn
16
game.
years ago. So you might be wondering, how in the world are we bringing the core systems from the original over to Quest 2? Well, first, it takes passion. The teams at Oculus Studios, Armature, and Capcom are all longtime fans of the game who are accepting only the best results. And it takes time. We've been working on this title for a couple years now, and just carefully and reverently making changes that will make your experience feel both fresh and nostalgic. Technically speaking, Armature is using core systems from the original RE4
I'm gonna
to
spray my
drive gameplay
face.
and systems.
Can't wait to do that.
4,500 textures have either been repainted or up-resed. World geometry has been adjusted to work in stereoscopic 3D. And enemy behaviors and attacks have been balanced around the player's new perspective to increase mobility in VR.
Wow.
They've also improved support for running the game at a higher frame rate than the original 30 frames per second.
Oh my God.
And fixed many bugs that the 60 FPS versions of the game had. Now, while Armature has adjusted a number of things for VR, some things just haven't needed to change. Character animation.
How high does the FPS on the Oculus thing go?
Engine 4, and remain untouched from the original source material. And all cutscenes will be presented in their original format. If you're a fan of the survival horror
120
genre like
hertz?
me, you've likely played,
Not bad.
or tried to play, a lot of scary games in VR. Now, RE4 isn't known for being the scariest in the Resident Evil franchise, but it is scarier and more suspenseful in VR thanks to spatial audio and immersive interactivity. Armature has manipulated aspects of the original RE4 audio data and have used it instead as 3D spatial sound. So when you hear noises like crows, voices, and creaks, you're going to want to turn your head to see if there's a threat. They've also made sure that audio telegraphs from enemies.
That's a long game too, dude. I wish the frame rate in this video was better.
Approaching and rather calmly press buttons to reload and prepare a takedown. In VR, you're checking your ammo, you're scrambling to load a mag. And if you drop it, you're only adding to the stress and suspense of the situation by needing to physically
give me this
mistakes.
money.
You'll
Give
be
me this
living
money.
in the moment, carefully tracking ammo and inventory, relying on your senses for success more than you've ever done before. I'll leave you with this. A huge part of the RE4 fame was the elaborate cinematics that sell and tell the story. But once you come out of a cinematic in VR and find yourself face to face with the boss, the experience is totally different.
So did they redo the cinematics? No, the cinematics are there.
I could talk for a lot longer about this game, but we've got to move on because there is more to share today.
Huh.
But stay tuned for more Resident Evil 4 updates
Yes.
in the lead up to its launch.
I worked very hard on my stream so we can see all 12 FPS of Resident Evil 4 VR. Video is like not great. Like the actual video quality isn't good, but they weirdly are putting in way too much effort to this, right? They're weirdly throwing in so much effort into this. They didn't even say there was a release date, right? This is like super early. Very weird. I mean, it's gonna be the thing that's gonna get me to get VR on the PC. It's just gonna, that's the way it's gonna work. You're putting a completely new version of Resident Evil 4 on a platform that it's never been on, which is VR specifically. So me and Simmons are gonna have, I think all of us with Yo Video Games, we're gonna have a blast with this shit, man. This is nuts. I don't know how good the Quest is, and I've only ever used the PlayStation VR, but from what I understand, the PlayStation VR isn't that crazy, right? It's actually pretty bare bones when it comes to what VR can actually do. So I'm kind of curious to see what is higher resolution VR gonna look like? Because what I played with Resident Evil 7 with a PS4 Pro was relatively low res, right? It really was not high resolution. So, I'm actually interested, and this might be a nutty playthrough later on. Once again, it's going to be very weird if this is like the definitive virtual reality experience now. If this ends up being like one of the most defining VR games, and once again, it's a friggin' Resident Evil. Is this supposed to be the remake of RE4? It could be, maybe not. There was rumors that, you know, RE4 remake was being made, that it was switching developers and stuff like that. Possibly? Dusk already confirmed that it isn't. Okay, so there's already insiders that have confirmed this is not the RE4 remake. This is just like a thing. There you go. Well, there you go. So for anyone that was curious, or what? So wait a minute. How much RE4 are you gonna give us, Capcom? What the hell? We're getting Resident Evil Village, which is a modern new take on RE4 in so many ways. We're getting RE4 VR, which is playing Resident Evil 4 in VR, and then we're gonna get Resident Evil 4 Remake. Are they trying to make me happy?